Season of the Witch, Old Horseface is back. Nick Cage in. There seem to be a lot of plague movies around recently. So last year we had Black Death, which was Sean Bean attempting to assuage the plague by going out and finding a village that had some magical thing about it. So essentially, Nick Cage, Ron Perlman, they're off on the Crusades. They desert the Crusades. They come back and they're caught as deserters. They are told that either they can go to prison and be hung, or they can transport a woman who may or may not be a witch from point A to point B in order to get the Black Plague to go away. So the question is she a witch? Isn't she a witch? Are they going to be able to do it? And it's one of those movies when it starts out as kind of Kingdom of Heaven light meets the orcs from Lord of the Rings. Then it turns into Black Death when there's the whole setup about there's the plague, there's the witch, we've got to go to this place. Then it turns into Wages of Fear. The Henry Georges Clouzot thing when they have to go across the bridge and everything's unravelling as they're trying to get the carriage across the bridge, which is a little bit also like Monty Python and the Bridge of Death, which they have to cross over at the end after answering the, what is your name?
What is your favourite colour?
What's the airspeed velocity of a swallow? Well, do you mean laden or unladen? So, fine. And then it turns into Exorcist, the beginning, and there's a lot of sort of spider walking and crawling and special effects. And then it ends up by being a little bit like that movie, which I liked last year, but nobody else liked, which was Legion, except that rather than beating demons up with Uzis, they beat demons up with swords. It's completely preposterous garbage from beginning to end, and Nick Horseface Cage does that. It's like he's literally turned up on set, go, I'm here, okay, I've got the horse face, I've got the high forehead, I've got the terrible hair, point me at the cat, and that is all he does. And poor old Ron walks around realising that this is not the best script he's ever been given. It is absolute garbage. But I saw it in a cinema on my own with nobody else. I didn't tweet or any of that stuff. I sat and watched them, and I'd be lying if I said I didn't laugh occasionally. I didn't sort of enjoy little bits of it. There was one bit in it that made me jump, and I thought the bit when they were doing the Wages of Fear thing, which is pretty standard, was done perfectly well. And I quite like the woman who's playing the woman who may or may not be Witchy Poo, but it is utter nonsense from beginning to end.